This morning, I'm just here to deliver a message. And the message is, don't think for a minute that what happens at the Mexican border doesn't affect us here. Here you have 3 illegals that should have never been in this country that have committed a very serious crime, kidnapping and sexual battery of a lady. They shouldn't be here. This is the same thing that we saw where the student was killed by the person that was here illegally. That's why we pay so much attention. Folks, our border is the ocean. There's no fence there. We are the fence. That's why we spend as much time as we do and dedicate resources to stopping people before they get here. In all likelihood, these 3 people came through Mexico. They didn't come through here. I can tell you that for sure. We would have checked in our database. But for them to be in this country, to be able to commit these type of crimes is unconscionable. The federal government has put the American people in jeopardy. Our intelligence section, who works very closely with the FBI, has also identified that the most dangerous gangs in the world are now in Miami from Venezuela. They make MS-13 look like school kids. They're not going to stay just in Miami. They're going to go where they need to go to do what they do. They don't know if it's Dade, Broward, Palm Beach County. They just go to do what they're going to do, and we're going to have to deal with them. You know, forget about the 3 million people that came across the border, put their hands up to Border Patrol and says, I give up. You know, they get the cell phone and the gift card and all that kind of garbage. What about the 1.5 million people that they call gotaways? Those are the people that don't want to go to get caught by Border Patrol because they're cartel, they're gang members, they're wanted, they're packing fentanyl. I watched a surveillance video that was taken down in Texas of 10 guys, military age, dressed in camouflage, backpacks. They had carpet on their shoes so they didn't leave footprints, in a military formation coming into the country. What do you think they're here for? They're not here to play the lotto. They're going to do bad things. So the director of the FBI testified that it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when we're going to have something bad happen here. Because in the 1.5 million gotaways, he's worried that there's people from ISIS, people from the terrorist watch list that could be in the United States. Our agency is still the lead agency for Homeland Security for all of South Florida. And every 3 months we have a meeting to make sure that we're going to be operationally ready for whatever might happen here in South Florida. But people have to pay attention. We need the help of the public also. Our program, if you know something or see something, say something, is very important now. So if you see something you don't think is right, especially with human trafficking, because there's 85,000 kids that are unaccounted for that came across the border. The human traffickers are going to be the ones that are going to prey on those people. And we've made those cases here in South Florida. So if you really know something or you see something, say something. But my message is, don't be complacent, because what is happening at the Mexican border is going to affect us. Any questions?
Sheriff, you've been in law enforcement for a number of years. How would you compare this problem to 10, 20 years ago?
Well, I've actually been in law enforcement for 52 years. This is the worst I've seen it. This is, like I said, unconscionable that the federal government has let this happen. These idiots in Washington, D.C. need to close this border. You know, if you got a leak in your house and water's going all over the place, you don't get a bucket and start cleaning it up. You turn the water off and you stop the leak first. In order for this mess to get cleaned up, they've got to stop what's coming across this border, and it can be done.